Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Open Sports Page. I'm Sid Rosenberg.
And I'm Amber Wilson.
All right, big show as always for you. Today, we'll let you know which Hollywood actor is trying his hand at coaching football. And we'll also discuss the return of Lance Armstrong. But first, Amber, as always, let's take a look at the front page.
All right. John Smoltz, who is recovering from shoulder surgery, as we all know, recently spoke about his future with the Atlanta Braves. Smoltz said that he wants to come back and pitch again in the playoffs, and if he can't do that with the Braves, well, then he's open to going somewhere else. So does that mean anything to you when you see players that have spent their career with one team talking about going somewhere else? Obviously, there was much to do about that with the Brett Favre situation.
Right. It doesn't mean much to me. I know that, like, Dolphin fans in Miami like the fact that Dan Marino did not go to Minnesota to play for Dennis Green at the end of his career.
Right. But Jason Taylor just left.
He just left.
Miami.
Phil Simms almost left the Giants to go play for the Cleveland Browns. But they like the fact that John Elway was only a Bronco. Jim Kelly was only a Buffalo Bill. So there are fans that like that. To me, in this day and age, Amber, a free agency where guys have a chance to make money and go elsewhere, that doesn't really mean much to me. I don't care.
It doesn't. Okay.
No.
I love when a guy will stick out his whole career with one team, but I don't hold it against them when they don't because it is a business.
Right.
And, if you don't feel like you're getting the opportunities that you should with the team that you're with, I mean, I can understand wanting to go somewhere else.
I mean, there really is no loyalty these days. Well, let's put it this way, okay? Right now, you love working here at Open Sports, right?
Right.
You love it. You love Mike Levy, everybody here, right? You're making a certain salary here. Let's say tomorrow some other four-letter network called you and said, we'll give you twice what you're making at Open Sports. How quickly will you be in Bristol, Connecticut?
I would never leave you, Mike.
Overnight!
I would never leave you, Mike.
Overnight!
Call me. If you want, call me. Have my people talk to your people.
That's
No,
my
I mean,
point.
it is.
Point.
It's all business in this day and age, and
Yes.
it's money, and I'm not mad at these guys for doing it, but I think that when a team and a player can work it out, then it is a positive thing, and I do miss the days when a player did stay somewhere for their entire career.
Urban Meyer kicked the field goal to cover the spread.
Oh, my God, are we still going there? Just move on.
Let's move on.
Move on.
What's the next story? We'll talk about college football here. What do you got for me, Amber? Here it is.
The 14th-ranked East Carolina Pirates recently defeated West Virginia, and after the victory, their fans rushed the field to celebrate the remarkable upset. Unfortunately, for some of the fans, they were struck or thrown to the ground by police officers protecting the field. Complaints have been filed against the police who were caught on video by multiple cameras applying the beatdown. Are the police in the right for doing what they had to do to protect this field, or is it ridiculous? Did you see the videos?
I saw the video.
I mean, they were like,
it was like Rodney King. It was
eating.
Yeah, it was a bit rough.
Yeah,
and,
the first video especially. I mean,
yeah.
just straight beating the kid. I can't imagine what the kid did.
I don't know. I would say this. I think the conventional wisdom, the answer is going to be that the police went too far, obviously.
Okay.
I say, don't run on the field after the game, okay? They tell you don't run on the field.
They do.
So you know what? The kid got a beating. Next time he won't run on the field.
They
all right?
tell you not to run on the field for good reason because there has been deaths of people getting trampled in sporting events with that sort of behavior. People do get hurt when the smaller girl gets pushed down, while all the bigger men are running on the field or whatever it may be, or a child, whoever may be in the way. It can be a very serious situation. At the same time, when you had all those students doing it, rushing the field, I don't really know where the police can grab one student then and beat the crap out of him.
Well, he was the one guy they can grab. He was unlucky.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. That's not going to help the situation.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That is the police taking it too far. If you really want to stop this situation, hey, I went to the University of Florida. We never rushed the field. I don't remember. I don't think we've ever, in my memory anyways, rushed the field because the field is so well protected there. I mean, all the policemen have these evil dogs. I love dogs.
Yeah.
But they all have these dogs with them and everything. And I mean, there's so many of them. And they take it really seriously. If you want to take it that seriously, if you want to really prevent it, that's what you need to do. You can't just pull a couple students out and beat the crap out of them and expect the other tens of thousands not to rush the field.
Didn't bother me at all. Got to be honest.
Really? You like beating the crap out of 18-year-old kids?
Don't run on the field, that's all. I went on the field once when the Mets beat the Chicago Cubs in 1986 and won the pennant.
It was fun, right?
I ripped the grass off Shea Stadium and stuff, yeah. But I didn't get caught.
Honestly, I wish we could. I remember us losing, the Gators losing at Mississippi State. I was up there for a road game, and I remember I stayed afterwards and just watched them rush the field. I also watched Auburn rush the field when they beat us as well. It's kind of, interesting to see. It looks kind of cool. You kind of wish you could do it.
Here's a rough story, by the way, Amber.
The
UFC is still reeling from the loss of former middleweight champion Evan Tanner after his body was found in the desert. Tanner was a guy that marched to the beat of his own drum, and he died just doing that after disappearing into the desert for a self-cleansing trip? I don't know. Is that like a hycolonic? What does that mean?
It's a strange story. I guess he's done this before. I don't know. He rode his motorcycle out into the desert. He called himself a minimalist, and I guess a minimalist.
Yeah.
So he took like the minimal tools necessary in order to survive. And he
obviously he's dead.
He even blogged about it. Yeah, and he said that if something goes wrong with my tools or if I misjudge this, then I'm going to die. And that's exactly what happened. I guess his motorcycle, I think, broke down. He was in the desert, and he tried to stand the heat, but after a few days he couldn't anymore.
You know, I'll tell you, when I first saw the story and I read it, and the first thing that came to mind was, and I mean this, it was, who's Evan Tanner?
Right.
You know, like when Frank Shamrock is up in the desert.
I saw a picture of him.
I hate to say that. I know he's dead, but I don't know where the guy is.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's a big UFC star.
Are you a big UFC fan?
No, not really.
Yeah, how about MMA?
No, I mean, yeah. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it, but
I'm not a big fan. So
I'm not. I can't sit here and name like a ton of the guys.
Do you know who Evan Tanner is? You know who this poor guy is?
I do. I did know who he was.
Yeah. So
but I recognized him more than I knew the name. So no, I just think it's a sad story and it's strange. Some athletes are just really.
Like Vince Young. Vince Young is doing.
And that's what came to my mind.
Vince Young
was the Vince Young story.
Yeah. Same thing. I'm telling you, that's going to end badly one of these days. I'm not saying same exact way.
I hope it doesn't end like
that.
I think you know what, to be one of those fighters and to really excel in that career, maybe you have to be a little
drugs.
I wasn't going to say that. Maybe you have to be a little not so right.
What was the wrestler who went nuts and killed his whole family?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because a lot of those guys are on steroids.
Right. Was that Eric Benoit?
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, he shot his wife and everything. And that's a horrible story, too. So there's horrible stories.
Yes.
Don't do steroids, kids.
Right, exactly. See, there's a moral to this show. Yeah. What's the
we're
fourth and final story here in the first segment?
Hollywood prankster and the apple of Demi Moore's eye, Ashton Kutcher, has found a new job to keep him busy while raising her and Bruce Willis's kids. He's taken a job as an assistant football coach for the freshman team at North Hollywood Harvard Westlake. Kutcher is friends with the team's coach, and that's why he decided to help out the team, although apparently he did have to actually interview for this position.
Yeah, Kutcher.
Potato, yeah, sorry, really I don't know.
Well, I guess when you have that type of money and you have Demi Moore at home, you have the luxury of coaching high school football. I mean, I guess, yeah.
He's a regular dude. He seems like, the every dude kind of dude.
He's a likable guy.
Right? He's a likable guy. He's kind of like the trucker hat, kind of down-to-earth guy. Goofy guy. I could see him doing this. I don't know how. I would think it would be kind of hard as a high schooler to take Ashton Kutcher seriously. It's the only problem. Like, if this was Little League, I can understand it. I mean, you're talking high school football, so you are talking strategy, and you are talking X's and O's here, and you're talking concepts, and I just think it would be strange to take him seriously as like a 14-year-old kid, but hey.
Would you consider Ashton Kutcher one of the 5 great actors of the 20th century?
Oh, hell no.
Did you ever see the movie with Brittany Murphy when they went on their honeymoon and he?
I didn't.
Oh, that's a great
I heard
movie.
that was really funny.
Oh, it's great.
He's a really funny guy.
Yeah, he's good.
I'm not going to put him in like amazing actor.
If you ever got punked, that would be pretty cool, right?
That show got old for me.
You didn't like it?
It was okay. Yeah. It was funny the first few episodes.
What do you think about 18-year-old guys marrying 40-year-old women?
When I'm 40, I will be all for it.
That's a great answer. That is a great answer. There's still plenty more to come here on the OSP when Amber and I get back. We'll examine, hey boy, he's back. Lance Armstrong's return with a little he said, she said. Back right after this.
So you think you can tackle a pro? There's only one way to find out. Click on fantasy at opensports.com.